Hello, I'm Clint Walker, and this is Real Estate Appraiser Secrets. And today I'm going to tell you why I love VA buyers and the VA loan process. So, I've been an agent since 2012, but I just recently, just a couple months ago, did my first ever deal where I had a VA buyer. It's just a coincidence. I don't know why it's the first time I ever encountered it, but for whatever reason, in all these years, I never had one. I have, in all these years, read lots of negativity from agents around the VA lending process and concerns about working with buyers who are using VA financing, which I think is because of the high loan to value that buyer is going to be using. And I think there's some concerns that relate to the appraisal process. You know, when the lender is financing that much of a transaction, like your appraiser is going to come in and be more conservative. And, you know, there might be appraisers out there with that mentality. I cannot speak for everybody. But from my personal experience recently, I thought it was the greatest thing. The buyer's agent on the other side of the transaction from me, and I was a listing agent, she was an absolute pro. She specialized in doing these VA, in serving VA buyers. And I think that makes a big difference. You know, experience, skill in navigating that was definitely a factor in how great my experience was working with her. And then they also used a lender who specialized in this, and that lender could close a VA deal in 21 days, which I thought was incredible. So the whole thing was so smooth. And so that's why my experience was great. But the reason that I personally love it from the appraisal side and from the listing agent side, because I know how to navigate these things, is that if you're the listing agent on a VA deal, and the appraiser comes out and is having a hard time appraising the property at or above the contract price, they're going to invoke what's called Tidewater. And this is a built-in mechanism that only the VA deals have. No other lending program will offer this to us as agents. Okay, so this is a big benefit. So Tidewater, what it does is, if the appraiser sees, after they do their inspection and pull comps, that they're going to have trouble appraising the property at or above contract price, they invoke Tidewater, which allows the agents in the deal to submit 3 comparable sales or 3 sales to the appraiser to help justify the contract price before the appraisal ever gets turned in and finalized. So if you've ever heard me talk about reconsiderations of value in ordinary deals, there's a psychological hurdle that you have to clear, which is the appraiser has finished the report. They've told their client, the lender, what the house is worth in their opinion, and that doesn't line up with your contract price, and now the agents are wanting the appraiser to change their mind. And to many appraisers, they have this mentality, right or wrong, that changing their mind undermines their future opinions to their client, the lender. So psychologically, you have to clear this hurdle that's totally outside the data, totally outside everything. That's really just, you know, one of the aspects of dealing with another human being, where you've got to get past this sort of ego component. So compare that to Tidewater, that has this amazing built-in mechanism where before that, you know, sort of human hurdle ever gets on the table, you get an opportunity to submit your own sales explicitly for the purpose of justifying your contract price, which is in a normal transaction like FHA or conventional, specifically what the appraiser is not interested in doing. The contract price in many appraisers' minds is irrelevant. They're out there to appraise the real value of the property, buyer and seller's agreement, is, I would say it's got relevance. Some appraisers would say it has no relevance to the, in the face of the data. So with Tidewater, you get this opportunity to justify your contract price because the appraiser is telling you they can't justify the contract price. And so if you know how to navigate that, if you know how to submit, how to pull sales that will be convincing to an appraiser, it's just a tremendous opportunity and something that is much, much easier than the other loan types make available to you. So that's really it. Otherwise, the VA stuff is not that much different than FHA as far as the inspection goes. And I think that because these are, this is a program that's designed to benefit our veterans, that, many of the agents are doing this. They are doing it for reduced commissions or no commissions, or they're offering up some sort of split back to these organizations that are charitable. So there's like a lot of goodwill built into VA transactions in our service industries, and I don't know if that really extends to the appraisers, but I like to think that it does. But again, really, the Tidewater process is the thing that makes it so good. And I wish that all the other loan types had a mechanism built in like that, because it would make all our lives a little bit easier. So anyway, short video today, but I hope that everything is going great for you. I hope that you can use that information. If you have questions about that, feel free to ask. I will, if you have the opportunity to go to some of my classes, I talk sometimes in those classes about how to choose those sales that are going to help you make a compelling case, because that's really everything. If you can't pick sales that make a good case to your appraiser, then you got nothing. So anyway, I hope that's all helpful. I really appreciate you watching as always. If you have not subscribed to the channel and you like these videos, I would love it if you did it and give the video a like. If you have ideas for future videos, I would really, really love it if you would leave a comment and tell me and give me an idea, ask a question. But if otherwise, if I can serve you professionally with an appraisal or a professional measurement or a consultation, you can find me at appraiserpool.com. And thank you again for watching.